So I just wanted to share a quick update with you guys about what happened today. I'm actually fasting social media. But I really felt like this was something that I needed to share with you guys to just encourage you and to uplift you. And just to kind of testify to the fact that God is so faithful and God is so good. Today we went on a faith day. So basically what that is we leave the house at 10 a.m. and we're not allowed back in the house until 6 p.m. And we leave the house with no money, no water, no nothing except for the clothes we're wearing. And it's really all about trusting God and seeing where He wants to take us and if He wants to feed us or where He wants to feed us, and, who He wants us to bless. And just where, what we don't know. It's always just kind of praying and asking God. And so today, to really summarize what happened, so many amazing things happened. There were so many, divine appointments. I mean, there's no other way to really put it. But basically, we actually were able to get through the tube, which is really hard to do, with no money. So, and every single person we approached and asked about it, they barely asked us anything. They literally, opened the door. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, go ahead. And we were like, what? Because that's really not something that happens. Not only that, we were able to, go to this church, and we got to be able to go to a really amazing, instrumental concert for free. And it was absolutely stunning. And we were able to actually talk to one of the vicars at that church and really pray for her. And we received words of encouragement for her. And she was so kind and just so open. And from there, we got to go. We went to this really posh pizza place, and it's actually called Pizza Express, and for one pizza, it's around 13 pounds, which if you convert that, it's almost $20. And we really felt like I was saying we need to go in there, and we were like, okay! So we went in, and we explained to them, we're doing this faith day, and they looked really confused, as most people do when we ask things, on this day. And we ended up, we sat down, and the assistant manager comes up to us, and she's like, I'm sorry, what's happening? And we tell her, we're out doing a faith day, and she's like, okay, well, yeah, you guys can come on in. And let me tell you, in this restaurant, everyone is, wearing suits. So this place is, really ritzy and, really nice. And she invites us in, she's like, yeah, I'll make you some margaritas. And we're thinking, oh, the drink, that's okay, we'll take it, but that's not really what we're, we really need food. And so we're kind of God, why is she giving us drinks and not food? But while we're sitting there, I just really feel like God's no, there's more. And I'm okay, I don't understand. And she comes back with water and orange juice, and I'm that's weird. I thought she was giving us margaritas, but this is fine. I'm good with this. And about 5 minutes later, she comes out with pizzas for each of us. All 5 of us got our own pizza, and it was this amazing pizza, and the pizza was called Margarita, but I didn't know that. So we're all just what? And she's like, here you go, and we're thank you so much. And one of the waiters, the first guy that we talked to, he comes up to us again, and he's like, yeah, we just really appreciate you guys' honesty. A lot of times people come in here and they'll eat and then they'll leave without paying the bill, and we're just really moved by the fact that you guys were honest. And me and my friends, we look at each other and we're we didn't even think about coming in here and not paying. It didn't even cross our minds. And so we were actually able to pray for the woman that, gave us the pizza, and we also received words from her, and we wrote her a note and just kind of were witnessing to her through that note. And then we really felt we wanted some coffee, but we didn't want to just be God, give us coffee, So we were praying and asking God, and we were God, if we could have coffee, that would be amazing. So me and my friend Shirley are walking, well, all of us are walking, but me and my friend Shirley specifically feel there's a specific coffee chain. It's called Pret à Manger, and it's a French coffee shop. It's a chain, and both of us really feel God's saying to go there. So me and Shirley are okay, we're gonna go in and ask for coffee, and if you guys want to stay out here, well, you guys can pray. So me and Shirley go in, and we ask, and it's completely empty. No one else is in there, which was a miracle because we're in the center of London, so usually all these places are so packed. But we go in and we explain to the guy, the cashier dude, the server, what we're doing, and he's like, okay, And we're like, yeah, so is like, and he's like, so you want coffee? And we're like, well, yeah. And he was like, okay, well, do you want like a latte with like syrup and stuff? And we're like, oh, well, like whatever you're willing to give us. He's like, okay, well, maybe I can give you some tea. Like, it's kind of expensive to give you something like that. And we're like, that's fine, like just a hot drink, because it was really cold today, really windy, and it snowed actually, which was really random. Um, and so he was like, well, what do you want? And we're like, well, we would really love coffee. Like, we both love coffee. So he's like, okay. And so he ends up giving us 4 cups of like amazing coffee, like really good coffee. And he gives us milk on the side, and he gives us sugar, and we're just talking with him and his coworker. And they're both like, they're like, wow, like, what are you guys doing? Like, how are you doing this? And like, you're just telling them about how we live by faith every day, like how God is just always providing for us as missionaries. And they were just so intrigued. And so we keep talking, we have a really good conversation, and at the end, he's like, you know what, actually, do you want some salads? Because this place also serves, like, really nice food. It's really posh. And we're like, are you sure? Like, are you sure? And he's like, it's fine, like, no big deal, here. And he just, like, gives us 4 salads, like, these really nice salads for free. And me and Sholi, like, we're just like, what? And we start talking about our lives and, like, how God has been providing for us today, and they're just like, wow, that's really cool. And they're laughing, but not like a mocking laughing, like joy, like just laughing with joy about how we've been provided for and how God had shown up. And so then we're leaving and we're walking out and we see this homeless guy on the street and we're like, well, we have a lot of like salads and we just ate these pizzas. So like, why don't we share? So we go up to this guy, his name is Jeremy, and, we're like, hey, and we were able to pray for him, and we gave him one of the salads, and we gave him some coffee, and it was just incredible. I mean, we went back home on the tube for free once again, and, like, the guys asked, like, no questions. They were just like, okay, they let us through, and we're like, wow. So today was just a beautiful day, and I just want to encourage you guys, like, God is so good, like, so good. It's just, today really blew my mind. It just the amount of blessing that God poured out, and that was just like a small bit. Like, if I could really explain it all, like, God is amazing, and he's always with us. And I think, you know, we often are like, oh no, God can't do that, or God won't do that, but God is just looking for an opportunity to bless us. He's always wanting to bless us and always wanting to encourage us and use us to encourage other people and to bless people. And I mean, that was one amazing thing, that like God used us so much to bless other people, and it was just so cool to see that, and to just see people's faces glow and to see people get blessed and touched by God. So yeah, just as an encouragement to you guys. And if you want to hear more about what happened today, and a bit more details, because there were more things, feel free to shoot me a message. I am fasting social media, so it may take me a while to respond, but I would love to tell you more and to just kind of, you know, testify that God is so present in everything. So yeah, I really hope that you guys are all doing well. Thank you so much for your prayers and everything. But I really wanted to share that with you guys, and yeah, I hope you have an awesome day. Okay, bye.